The first is the 2011 Baldrige Award recipient, Schneck Medical Center. They are represented today by Tammy Dye, Vice President for Clinical Services. Tammy, would you come up, please?
Many times we're asked, why do we use Baldrige? What is about the criteria that makes it so special for you as an organization? Well, I was working last night in my room at about midnight, because I've discovered no one does your work for you when you're gone. Somehow you got to keep going on, and it just happens that my cycle of having my board report on the portal is due today. So I was working last night, and I was viewing our red report, and most of you have a component or a piece that you look at, but our process, imagine that, we have a process, but our process that our reporting does by exception. So we report out our red light status. And part of that process that we tell the board, what are our actions or what are we doing to move us from red light status to green light status, or our definition of excellence. And for us, excellence is looking at being the top decile performer in the nation, regardless of the size. And when you think about that, well, why is that important? And our pursuit of excellence. And we have to be very careful that we do not confuse excellence with perfection. Perfection is God's work. We're truly going to leave that to Him, but we are continually going to strive for excellence. We can define excellence, and we can measure excellence as an organization. And that's what we do every single day. And we define it not only as the top decile performance, but we look at the lives that we impact or the lives that we maybe don't give the results that they needed. And for us, that's what the Baldrige journey was really all about. It's how we think differently, it's how we act differently, and it's how we improve differently as an organization. And we are a small community hospital. Our balance sheet is probably nowhere near as large as a lot of other hospitals. So it's not necessarily the fact that you give $5,000 or $500,000. For us, it's the fact that the board supports us giving back to the process that has meant so much for us as an organization, but more importantly, it's the process that allows us to save and impact lives every single day that make a difference. So when you think about what we do and why we support the Baldrige journey, it's for all of those organizations who are trying to make an impact and trying to make a difference. And that's why we would encourage everyone to support that so the journey will continue.